Want a cookie?
TheGreenGirls.com.
I'm just really proud that I've been able to, feel like I've been able to do something, because for the longest time I wasn't doing enough. I would go to events, I'd put a suit on, but I wasn't actually doing anything. And it was a few years ago where I called up the Red Cross and asked them if they would help me put together this run for the youth of Los Angeles to raise money for Haiti and then for Japan. And that to me is, if I can do it, all these kids can do it. And I think that it's important to me that the youth of this country and around the world feel empowered, because they can make a huge difference. These kids have hope. These kids aren't forgotten. I think it's even more exciting that there's a real chance that we're going to find a cure for this in our lifetime. I remember back 30 years ago or so when this first broke out, when this epidemic first broke out, it was the scariest thing ever. And I'm really proud of all the research that we have done, not me, but the researchers and all the doctors and all the money that's been raised by people around the world to cure it is actually, there's a real possibility that we're going to cure it, and I think that that's really exciting. I love Halloween. I don't get to dress up this year. My wife's in New York. She just got back from Asia and she's in New York. Actually, she's stranded in Toronto, so I don't even know if she's going to make it. But I'll probably just be passing out trick-or-treat candy this year.
I love the Children Affected by AIDS Foundation. I love Joe Christina, the man who founded it. I think what they do and how they do it embodies everything I hope to be a part of, which is advocate for people who need help, take advantage of our media glare and focus it back on people who need it, and celebrate true philanthropists and people with big hearts and deep pockets who provide these kind of events to raise the kind of money that then they can go out and give to people who are changing the life of people whose lives have been affected by the AIDS crisis, which is ongoing and ever present and has not gone away, even though it is, 28 years old, 29 years old? I mean, it's still a very, very deadly disease, even though there have been some wonderful improvements in the treatments. Well, it's just a big, loud, crazy airplane hangar filled with costume characters, and there's a big stage with kids dancing and performing. There are haunted houses and makeup booths and food stations and prize, instead of trick-or-treating for candy, they trick-or-treat for toys that Mattel donates. And so they get to go into these places and put their hand in something and pull out a toy. And it's as fun a night as you could ever want to have. If I was a kid, if I was those two kids over there in their little outfits, this would be the night I would be most looking forward to. I was, I decided to go a little Red Riding Hood. I don't know, it just popped in my head as I was driving. I work with a wonderful designer named David Profeta, and it just seemed like a really good idea. Well, on Monday, I get to go as Jamie Lee Curtis because I was in the movie Halloween and therefore need no costume. So I actually get to look just like Jamie Lee Curtis and have people come up to me and go, "Oh my God, you look so much like Jamie Lee Curtis. That's crazy. You probably get that like all the time, don't you?" And I go, "I do."
TheGreenGirls.com.